Welcome back to Evil Deedz, and we will be doing Rage2, the Fist of the North Star. So we are in the G mode events, and we are doing the Hokuto army. This is just basically batonry. So let's get started on the bloodshed. This starts after when Kensho leaves them to defend for themselves. In the post for wasteland, a young boy and a girl watched as man fought and killed each other. Why would they do this? But why is that people have to hate each other and shed so much blood? I want to fight too. Wait, Rin. Rin attempted to run into the fray, but Bat stopped him. They don't have a choice. That blood is our blood. They shed their blood so that we don't have to. If only I was stronger. If only I had the strength to do something. These days of the war would eventually come to an end after the duel between Kensho and Ro. Before he died, Ro entrusted the world to Kensho and Yuria. Ro secretly decided to be defeated by one who knows what. He wanted that person to rule in his stead. As Kensho and Yuria left, Bat and Rin watched them until they disappeared over the horizon. A few years later, the world was beginning to return to chaos. Do you know what happens to those who oppose the Celestial Imperial Army? Please, stop. Somebody help me. Nobody's gonna come and help you, huh? One of the Celestial Imperial Army protective troops fell to the ground. Behind him stood a masked man holding a bowgun together with a woman. So this is before Kensho loses his memory, pretty much. I have already heard the reports. You two did well. Bat and Rin returned to their hideout. The NATO strategist Riku was there. The two were working with Riku to protect people from the Celestial Imperial Army. The land is once again headed for a time of chaos. However, we have experienced what it is to fight for one's destiny. We must carry on the will of Master Kensho. Bat and Rin both nodded. Riku smiled as he looked at them. Bat, you have grown so strong, and Rin, you have become a beautiful young woman. Perhaps the two of you have come to resemble Master Kensho and Lady Yuri. Master Riku, don't you know? She doesn't feel the same way. Yeah, I say it's like Master Kensho that he does right. Peter, shut up, Ken's not nearly as fat as you are. The man laughed out loud. Rin also joined them in their laughter. Some banter. Karma. Bat and Rin continued to liberate the people, but their actions did not go unnoticed by the Celestial Imperial Army. It seems there are still some idiots out there who don't know the extent of our father's power. Brother, round them up and execute them. Falco must be letting them slip through. He's too soft and he likes his little rebellions after father's too much. Fine, then I say we execute him as well. Not so fast, Shino. I've got some interesting news for you. There's a woman in the rebel army that looks just like Klessa Empress Rue. What? So that little brat is still alive? That's right, the same girl that is descended from the Celestial Emperor. Falco must have let her live, despite receiving direct orders from father. I remember at the time, father realised what Falco had done almost immediately. Father did all he could to try and find the kid. Then several years later, his obsession finally bore fruit. On father's orders, we ransacked the village where the girl was supposed to be so that we could denounce the traitor Falco. But we were interrupted by those two punks. Somehow they managed to escape with her, right before our eyes. Darn it, I get pissed off just thinking about it. If we managed to capture the girl back then, Falco would be a dead man. If that girl really is a rebel army and fighting against the Celestial Emperor, then Waste's fault is hit. It'd be us, wouldn't it? If only we'd been able to kill her back then. No, it's Falco's fault. He's to blame for not killing her in the first place. If we capture the woman that looks like Rue and present her to father, he'll have even more leverage over Falco. We'll be able to torment him and pick him apart at our leisure. Yeah, you're even sharper than usual today, brother. Shino, it is time for our revenge. We'll grab the girl and give Falco a taste of what life is in hell is going to be like. Another side of Rin. News of the Cluster Imperial Army's plans to crush the Liberation Army reached Baton Ring. Sensing danger, Bat decided Rin should remain and hide in the underground safe house. I think Rin wanted to go to battle with. This battle is on a total different scale from the ones we fought before. I can't afford to put her in harm's way like that. I'm sure Rin is just as worried about you as well. Then give her this message from me. I'm not that pathetic that I need her to worry. But do you know why it is that Rin worries about you? Think about it for a second. If you truly decided to follow in Master Kensho's footsteps, that is. Enough, Riku. Rin and I look up to Ken. There's no way I could ever fill his shoes. I'm like a big brother to Rin. I want to protect her so she can be reunited with Ken. That's all. Riku looked at Bat. As Bat rose, he winked at him. I'm fine, nothing's gonna happen to me until I make that a reality. So this probably be a two-part the event. Not all of them. In Bat's absence. News of Cluster Imperial Army plans to crush the Liberation Army reached Rin and Bat. So it's the same event. Bat led the main forces out to battle. Rin followed Bat instructions and hid in the underground safe house. Riku, I want you to let me fight him. Bat is worried about you, you know. Rin sat down and hugged her head. Bat has also turned into a fine warrior. You should have faith in him. Rico left the room. Rin sat there alone with her thoughts. Suddenly a message came rushing in. Lady Rin, I bring terrible news. A large unit of the Cluster Imperial Army is headed. Master Bat and our main forces are away. I'm afraid we might not make it. Calm down, I will lead you in this battle. Gears in motion. What did you just say? My brother has probably grabbed a woman of yours by now. He'll be sure to report to our father, and when my father finds her, Bat pressed his bow gun against Shino's head. Take me to where you're keeping Rin. If you don't want to die, guys. You little punk. And bastard. Bat took Shino and headed to the Imperial capital. Wait for me, Rin. Rin held captive. She just collapsed to the ground before Rin and lay there unmoving. Rin crushed down to check on Jax. Are you okay? Thanks a lot, yeah. Jack moved in a sudden blur, striking Rin in the abdominal, and it settled Rin passed out on the floor. Jack screamed. A disquieting sky. The Imperial General Falco knitted his brow and as he stared out of the window. There was a storm outside, and from time to time the room echoed with thunder. The sky is crying. There's nothing much in that event. Rin's rescue. Bat was able to get to the Imperial capital while threatening Shino. However, the gates were heavily guarded. You'll never be able to bust through the main gates by yourself. Bat pressed his bow gun against Shino's side. So you're saying there's another way? There's a secret underground passage that leads directly into the Imperial capital. Shino led Bat to the secret passage and the two walked down it together. The light suddenly went out and they were in total darkness. You idiot. Shino broke loose of Bat's grip and ran. His voice echoed through the darkness. It's an intruder. Capture him. Damn it. I really screwed up. This could be terrible. Bat ran down the passage as fast as he could, but pure luck he found himself at the cell where Rin was being held. Rin, Bat easily picked the lock to the cell, and he and Rin ran towards the light. Let's get out of here, Rin. Escape. When Rin woke up, she realized she was in jail cell. At that moment, she heard voices coming from her phone. It's an intruder. Capture him. so this Avengers takes the place straight after. She recognises the familiar footsteps and heard them getting closer. Rin, but that easily picked a lot to sell. Let's get out of here, Rin. They're hot on our trail. Yeah. Wait. You what? Yeah, I know. Yeah. Alright. Yes. It's ski. Don't know which one read the original. See what this one. When Miriam woke up and she realised she was in a jail cell. At that moment she heard voices coming from afar. Yeah, I read that. Just. Batman ran as fast as they could. They were almost at the exit when. Don't let them get away. They were met by a large army led by Jax. Rin, you go ahead, and I'll try to slow them down. No, but I'm going to fight too. Forget it, Rin. You don't need to worry about me. But enough with the lovers' spat. When they turned to look, they saw Jax out of breath, but laughing. Rin, hurry up and get out of here. Now I'm going to fight you. Shut the hell up, you little brats. You see, boys, it's all your fault that the girl went run. She doesn't trust you. She's basically saying, no, I'm going to fight too. I can't trust you to get the job done on your own. Rin shook her head while back glared at Jax. You fight together, my ass. You can die together instead. The soldiers all rushed in towards them. Bat leapt in front of Rin to protect her. No, don't, no. At that precious moment, or precise, a deafening clap of thunder rocked the skies. Bat and Rin were struck by a huge bolt of lightning. Temporarily stunned, Jax closed his eyes when he opened them again. What? Where'd they go? Bat and Rin were nowhere to be seen. Where am I? We're not even halfway down it. Rin eventually awoke. But Rin looked around her. She found herself in a large room. Is this the Imperial capital? She noticed that there were only women in the room. Just then she heard the doors being opened. Hey you, where's the woman? A masked man entered the room. He had scars on his chest in the pattern of the 7 scars of Hokuto. He has 7 scars on his chest. The man shoved his way past the women, knocking several down. No, this isn't it either. Darn you, Judah. Where the hell did you hide her? Rin was shocked. Judah, that was the name of a natural general. who had been killed by Ray long ago. Where am I? The masked man fired his gun at the ceiling. The woman screamed and scattered. And this is how it's gonna be. I'll just take every last one of you. Rin joined the woman as they all rushed out. That's what their names are, woman. They don't even have any names. Maria's held captive. After defeating the masked man, Rin attempted to leave the town, but someone else had other ideas. It's time to end this little game. Judah, I don't believe it. In the blink of an eye, Rin felt her arms being grabbed from behind. She turned to look and saw Jagged glaring at her from behind his mask. You're gonna pay for giving me trouble, you bitch. Ayow. Judah and Jagger had struck a deal. Now Rin belonged to Judah. Rin was taken back to the large room again. The woman who had escaped earlier had been rounded up once more. What is it you ladies are running from? If you become one of my women, then you will know happiness like you have never experienced. Maria, come here. The door opened and a woman entered. I don't believe it. Rin could not believe her eyes. The woman was Maria. Maria had been branded with the letter UD on her shoulder. Her eyes were lifeless. Now do you understand? You are all beautiful women, but if you're mine, then you will be even more beautiful. Judah laughed and left the room. Rin could only sit in shock at this latest development. This is the past. Bat and bat. This can get confusing. Bat eventually woke up. Rin. Bat took in his surroundings and realised he was laying in the wasteland. I was just in the Imperial capital. You still alive? He noticed a shadow overhead and looked up, grasping at what he saw. A boy with a face he knew well stood before him. Are you okay? You've been mumbling to yourself over there for a while. Dumbfounded, Bat could only stare at the boy. The unkempt hair, the tattered clothes. Bat knew this boy. You were kinda creeping me out. My name's Bat. Don't worry, you can trust me. It's me. To add to the confusion, check out another boy. Bat knew suddenly ran up to him. Bat, we got troubles. There are bandits approaching the village. What you saying? After he shouted at him, the young Bat began to run. You get back to the village. I'll deal with these guys. Wait a minute. Bat was experiencing a strong case of deja vu. You get back to the village. I'll deal with these guys. Bat also began to run. Hey, where are you going? Do you even know your way around it? Yes, I do. The location of the bandits, how he defeated them. Bat knew exactly what was going to happen. I remember doing this. I remember myself being here. This is the past. It's weird how they don't change anything from the past to the future. They don't save anyone who was meant to die. You know what I mean? Just let it happen. and May's backwards as Ray ran past him. This is unbelievable, but there's no doubt about it. This is definitely the past. He heard a loud noise and saw dust being kicked up. A large prisoner transport wagon passed by. The transport wagon was carrying many young women, but recognized one of them. Rinna. Leon was being carried in the wagon. It looked as if she was unconscious. Rin's here too. Hey, are you alright? The young bat came running up to him. As he watched the wagon go, he spoke. That's one of Judah's prisoner transport wagons. I hear they kidnap young women and lock them up. I've got to get going. Calm down, is your woman locked up in there? Is everything okay? Hearing a familiar voice, Bat spun around, hollered, "Thank you for driving me off those bandits. We don't have anything of value, but please allow me to thank you." Bat saw Toyo alive and well, just as she once was. This guy's had his girl taken by some strange gang. He doesn't have time to sit and chat with you, you old bag. What did you say? You have no time to lose. Do you have any clue about this gang's location? I do. It's a bit hard to recall exactly, but it's the direction that Ken and Ray set off in before. Huh? Toyo looked at Bat and smiled. Then you should hurry. I'm sure your girlfriend will be returned safely to you. The Wingman. I will do it in the next episode. So I hope you enjoyed the video. Please leave a like, subscribe, or comment down below if you want to. You don't have to, and in a bit.